Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case Traveling Time. We are going to case number 28, we are going to China. We got two problems on our hands. First is Ammon, the second, kidnapping of the Mongolian princess. If there's one thing we learned since following Ammon Bass to Medieval Mongolia, Katrina, is that the Ptolemies will stop at nothing to preserve their reign in 2029. After we thwarted Ammon's plans to seize the age of sail trade routes, he jumped back here to alter the balance of power in Asia. Our time-traveling nemesis is now arming the Mongolians with 18th century weapons, manipulating Ogedei Khan into igniting a war with China. Ammon plans to destroy the Chinese dynasties before they become a superpower and rival to the Ptolemies. Kai and Penelope are monitoring Ammon's activities with Ogedei's army, using Astro to send us regular reports. The rest of us, meanwhile, have been tasked with finding Ogedei Khan's daughter, who's been kidnapped by the Chinese. Returning Princess Dorgonin, who's my direct ancestor to the Khan, could be the only way to prevent a conflict between Mongolia and China. Dorgonin is being held captive in the city of Zhangjiang. We must go to China and rescue her. Okay, let's go. In Zhangjiang, China, 1235 CE. I think I pronounced it right. Zhangjiang. Now that we are in Zhangjiang, Katrina, where will we find Princess Dorgonin? Ogedei Khan's general told us to seek out the Chinese emperor. Surely the supreme leader of the Song dynasty will know something. We'll probably find the emperor at his palace. Excuse me, but are you seeking an audience with His Majesty? Then, fortune is smiling on you. The emperor will attend a performance today at the Opera House. You'll find him there. Thank you, kind sir. Come, Katrina. Let's head to the Opera House. Okay, thanks for the information, buddy. If I can call you buddy. Alright, let's investigate the opera. Oh no, it's him. Is it? Now we have more problems on our hands. It's now murder. I thought I was going to make everything up in... I wasn't going to collect everything in time. Look, Katrina, there's a dead man on the floor. I don't think it's the emperor, thank goodness. But judging by the head wound, this was murder. Oh, it's not him. Well, he looks so similar to him. Someone smashed this guy's skull with that bell. He's covered in blood. That's gotta be our murder weapon. Let's head to Janice with the body. And look, I found a portrait of Princess Dorgonin in the victim's pocket. Oh. There are Chinese characters written on it. I'll run it through the translation matrix. It says, don't let anyone find her. Oh, I think we just found our kidnapper. Wait, Katrina, could this man be involved with Princess Dorgonin's kidnapping? If that's the case, finding his killer might help us find the princess. And that faded fan could be our first clue. These fans were used by Chinese opera singers. If we can find out who this belongs to, we may have a witness. Speaking of, who are you? And why aren't you bowing before your emperor? Bowing, yeah. Jin Bingsu has the right idea lying prostrate on the floor. Our apologies, Your Majesty, but I'm afraid that man's dead. Dead? Well, that's unfortunate. You seem to know this man, Your Majesty. Could we ask you some questions? Very well, but do hurry. The opera will begin soon. Okay. Let's dust the faded fan to see who it belongs to. And of course, there will be Chinese text, which I don't understand. If my suspicions are correct, Katarina, there could be a name among these Chinese characters. Any minute now. And yes, these characters here are a name. The English translation is Lian Wei. If Lian Wei was around at the time of the murder, she might have important information. Okay. Alright, now let's go talk to Emperors. Now, what's the meaning of this? Why is Jin Bingshu lying dead on the floor? That's what we are trying to determine, Your Majesty. You said you know this man? Jin Bingshu is a prominent landowner. Many of the properties surrounding Jiangjiang are his. We believe Jin Bingshu was involved in the kidnapping of the Mongolian princess. Do you recognize this woman? Murder? Kidnapping? This is very bothersome. I'm just here for the show. These tedious affairs are dealt with by my first minister. You'll find him on the armory field inspecting our arsenal. Now, when will the opera start? I want to drink my rice wine and see a show. Thank you for your help, Your Majesty. We'll seek an audience with your first minister on the armory field. And the opera show will be... For now, it's postponed until we solve the case. You'll be very happy when you see us solve the case. Where's the audience? The show is meant to start soon. I'm afraid the opera will have to wait. Jin Bingshu's been murdered. Murder? Oh, how awful. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary at the opera house today? No, Jin Bingshu was an honorable benefactor of the opera house, and he'd often come in early to watch rehearsals. But I've been backstage getting ready for our performance of The Legend of Wenlong. Jin Bingshu did so much for us. I can't believe he's gone. Alright, let's just investigate the courtyard since we are outside. Canyon field. Apart from canyons, this is a really beautiful garden, if I could call it like that. Let's just repeat it. Oh, a satchel. And a badge. Look at those cannons, Katarina. The Chinese are armed to the teeth. If Okade Khan does invade, the conflict will be devastating. There's no sign of the First Minister, but if he knows something about the victim's apparent role in Turgonis's kidnapping, we must find him. There may be something out here that'll help us find him. The badge with a golden bird on it, for instance. While the system wasn't formalized until the Ming Dynasty, the Chinese used badges like these, called Mandarin squares, as rank insignias for civil officers. Let's run that image through our historical database. Perhaps this badge belongs to the First Minister. And wait, that's Jean Beatrice's bag. It has his name on it. What are the odds we find anything belonging to the victim out here? Such a true that might shed some light on the murder. We still have no idea how Jean Beatrice is connected to Turgonis's kidnapping, Katarina, but these clues could give us more information. Okay. Alright, let's identify the badge. That badge looks like a bird that craps wheat. What? GB1. Are you him? Katrina, this Mandarin square features a golden pheasant, which the database explains designates the highest ranking civil officer, like a first minister. And according to the records, Emperor Lizong's first minister is named Shi Miyuan. Emperor Lizong quickly dismissed Turgonis's kidnapping and Jean Beatrice's murder. Let's hope Shi Miyuan will be more helpful. Okay, let's unlock the victim's bag. Now that you unlock the victim's bag, Katarina, let's look inside. Of course, I'm gonna have to look inside as well. Let's search the bag before talking to this guy. What was that about? More Chinese characters. There's something written inside the victim's bag, Katrina. I know I've seen Mongolia with Kai, so let's have Orlando translate this text. And what, you can't put that text in your tablet? That's probably a threat. Okay, now let's go talk to the First Minister. You there! You're not supposed to be on the cannon field. First Minister, we've been authorized to speak with you by the Emperor himself. Mongolia's leader, Okade Khan, has asked us to find his daughter, who was kidnapped by the Chinese. And we believe we found her kidnapper, a certain Jin Bingchu, but he was murdered in the opera house. We realize this is a delicate matter, but we hope you can help. The Khan sent you? Good. You can tell him we have his daughter. If he wants to see her alive again, he'll call up his army. So you kidnapped Princess Turgonin. What about Jin Bingchu? I paid Bingchu to keep the princess locked up in Jiangjiang after my soldiers had seized her. And where was he keeping her? I'm not telling you that, but she's safe for the moment. And as long as the Khan doesn't do anything rash, she won't be harmed. I knew the kidnapping was going to be like kidnapping just so they can call off his army. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Let's see what happened to this guy. Sure makes my job easier when you send me the murder weapon and the victim's body at the same time, Katerina. Well, yeah. That bell comes from Bian Song, a musical instrument consisting of a series of bronze bells. So it must have been a weapon of convenience, something a killer grabbed inside the opera house. Exactly. Now, apart from the fatal wound, there was another important clue on the body. I found traces of dried jujube on the victim's wrists. These dried fruits are a delicacy in China. What's that supposed to be? However, there were also purple welts on the victim's wrist, indicating he was allergic to dried jujubes. Which means this fruit residue was left behind by the killer, probably during a struggle. This clue is cut and dried, Katria. The killer eats jujubes. Okay, now the message on Chinese. If only Penelope were here, Katerina. My ancient Chinese is pretty rusty. I know keeping tabs on Amos' activities is important. I just hope she and Kaya are alright. I'm worried too, but they're doing their job, as are we. Which brings me to that text Katerina found in the victim's bag. The text is a partial quote from Confucius, one of history's most influential philosophers. His ideas on politics, government, justice, and religion have shaped Chinese culture for centuries. The quote comes from the Analects of Confucius, a principal text of Confucianism. It reads, "Death and life have their appointed time." But then someone's added, "and your time has reached an end." Your time has reached an end. That sounds like a threat from the killer. Indeed, the killer was clearly foreshadowing the victim's murder, and they're obviously well versed in Confucian philosophy. And yet they distorted Confucius' teachings to justify their crime. Let's add this to the killer's profile, Katerina. Our mission to rescue Princess Orgonian is even more complicated than we thought, Katerina. We'd hardly arrived in Jiangjiang to search for Orchidea Khan's daughter before discovering her captors being murdered. But the victim wasn't working alone. Princess Orgonian's kidnapping was orchestrated by the Chinese First Minister himself. Shibi Yuan told us to send word to the Khan that his daughter is a political hostage and that she won't be harmed if Mongolians don't attack. Except Orchidea Khan is even more likely to invade China knowing that his daughter is here. The First Minister's strategy will completely backfire. But I doubt we can convince Xinbian of this, and the Emperor seems far more interested in entertainment than defending China against the Mongolian army. I don't know how we'll do it, but... Oh, there she is! Get out of my way! Princess Orgonian, we've been sent to rescue you. Then don't just stand there! Run! Okay, okay. Well, we finally know where you are. We finally found you. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!